yellow bananas, red tomatoes, green broccoli, blue blueberries.
No, no, no. You're discoloring the laundry. This urinal is reserved for green laundry. If you've got some with you, you can use the urinal as long as you need to, but not before.
Lily knew she food and when it started. Lily knew she food and when that was already.
No, no, you're just this if you've got, but not before. No, no, you're just this if you've got, but not before.
Lily knew food and when it started.
But water, don't you just see your...
Lily knew and when.
What do you have? That's bravo.
In the convent school rules, there your in the your
A laundry room is it just.
Lily knew food and when. Perhaps Mother Superior had been right. Lily knew that, but as long as she didn't have a goal in, she had had enough of starch. Lily knew that, but as she had had. Lily knew that you could use starch to stiffen up laundry, but as long as she didn't have a goal in mind, she preferred her laundry soft. She had had enough of starch laundry in the convent.
Hello, you're not... you know that...
Perhaps Mother Lily knew she and what.
Draw two back. Struggle, Chuck.
Lily knew food and when is.
What do you have? Let me. Oh, very good. You obviously understand the basic principle. Go ahead and use the red urinal as much as you like. What do you have? Go ahead and.
That was. yellow bananas, red tomatoes, green broccoli, blue blueberries. How about that? Red bananas. How about that? Green tomatoes.
No, you're just this if you've got thought.
Red bananas. Green tomatoes.
That's very nice of you, stranger, but that reminds me too much of my life here in the asylum. It's already hard enough for me to let go of everything here. Although I have the, can I?
Hello, Lily. You know.
That smells good. But even if the illusion is almost perfect, it's only artificial flavors and chemical esters. An almost perfect illusion, but not real. Like with everything here in the asylum, it's only a half-hearted attempt to trick us into thinking that we're free. And now that no one is stopping us from leaving the asylum, it provides us with a welcome excuse to refuse to leave. Right you are, stranger. I'm just running away from my responsibilities. The responsibility to myself, to accept the deal that the world out there has offered me. I thank you. I've made up my mind. I can't just sit around here doing nothing anymore. I should buzz across fields of flowers and collect honey. Toodaloo, asylum. Hey-ho, freedom.
Lily was glad that she had helped the bee-man. Soon he would be in a better place.
What do you have there? You go ahead.
How about that? Yellow broccoli. Yellow broccoli.
another pizza. Well then.
Ugh, Struggle Jug.
You heard him. Druggle-Jug doesn't eat broccoli. Get rid of it. Take it from our site.
Red bananas, green tomatoes, yellow broccoli, blue blueberries.
Struggle to come. Struggle.
You asked me, Adrian,
Lily, fortunate Adrian wanted tomatoes, but no blueberries. Petra liked broccoli, but no tomatoes. Druggle-Jug wanted banana, but not broccoli. And Peter wanted this. How about that? Green broccoli. How about that? Yellow bananas. How about green how red bananas.
But did we or did we not mention that we don't like blueberry? Get rid.
How about that? Red blueberries. How about that? Green blueberry. How about that? How about that? Red tomatoes. How about green tomatoes? How about that? Yellow blueberries. Yellow blueberries.
the pizza. Well then.
Oh, no broccoli at all?
Did you forget the lovely Petra's order? Shame on you. No one shall want for food at my table. Get rid of it. Take it from our sight.
Red bananas, green tomatoes, green broccoli, yellow blueberries. Lily knew, but as long as she didn't, she had had enough of. Then the moths seemed to lose their appetite. Lily had often wished to go to the zoo to feed the animals. It was even more beautiful than she had imagined. Lily knew that you wouldn't. Well, who said it? Now Lily had a stiff towel with holes.
Yikes! What are you doing here? Are you actually dead? Too bad. I could use a little entertainment, but the doctor told me not to talk to other people. At least not living ones. Sorry. But I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You shouldn't be here. I'm not allowed to talk to people. At least, not living ones. You shouldn't be. I'm at least. You shouldn't be. I'm not. At least.
But what? Don't you just don't see your...
Perhaps Mother Superior had been right to throw Lily out of home ec class. Lily just didn't know how to use needles properly. Perhaps Mother Superior... Lily... The sheets were spot...
I only hope because I'm... No thanks. I only because...
The door was firmly locked. One feather just... The door was... One feather, just like a... The door was firmly locked. One feather would be enough, just like a Christmas dinner. One feather, just like... Lily thought it was a bit cliche, but what was she going to do about it? Write a mean letter to Renee and Pokey? One feather, just like... The door was... The door was firmly locked. Oh dear, Lily really had managed to ruin the sheet. But perhaps a sheet with 2 eye holes could be good for something.
Yikes! A ghost! How sweet. Finally someone to talk to. You have to help me. Dr. Marcel is wrongfully keeping me here in the asylum. Isn't there anything that you and your ghost buddies can do about it? Curse him? Deprive him of his sleep? Drag him into the 7th circle of hell and torture him for all eternity with red-hot needles? Oh, come on. I've done so much for you. I've performed obscure rituals, sacrificed chickens, danced naked. Although when I think about it, I'm not sure if it was really a ghost that asked me to do that. Ugh. I don't feel so well. Could you please take off your head while we're talking? Oh man, you're not very talkative. Can't you help me at all? Great! Look at this! The doctor is forcing me to knit these stuffed rabbits. No idea what he needs them for, but I'm not very good at it. Maybe you could lend me a hand. Wait! I'll push some of the fabric through the hatch. La 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 la. I'm knitting for the doctor. It will do me good. I'm knitting for the doctor. Num 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 num.
What do you have? You go ahead.
Red bananas, green tomatoes, green broccoli, yellow blueberries. How about that? Blue broccoli, blue broccoli,
Ah, the pizza. Well then. Superb, superb.
Great! I wish I were as good on the phone as you.
Struggle Jug.
And Peter is satisfied too.
Satisfied? How could I be satisfied in such a world, in which the only moments worth living for are those when the pizza arrives with the right toppings?
That means yes.
We owe you one.
Peter almost starved to death.
It's not that bad. I've already lost all hope of dying honorably anyway.
Struggle Jug.
Well said. Now that the food is taken care of, let us begin the game.
Don't you want to play too, sweetie? You'll see. It'll be incredibly fun.
If you take pleasure in such excessive self-degradation.
That and a dice cup.
Struggle Jug.
Uh-huh.
So be it. Then follow us into the world of Hoth Motigor. Your group has set up camp near the infamous Goblin Gorge.
Lily found herself in a clearing. The campfire was crackling, and the wind whipped through her clothes.
You can hear the war drums of the goblins in the distance. This is your last rest before the great battle.
Lily did in fact hear drums. An enormous army seemed to be waiting for them in the nearby mountains.
Wait, are you telling the story or am I?
What?
It's just that I see that you don't have the Dungeon Master screen in front of you. And I'm pretty sure that the Dungeon Master is recognized by his Dungeon Master's screen.
That's ridiculous. I'm the narrator. I don't need a...
Well, then why don't you be the Dungeon Master then? I'm curious how you'll do without any battle value tables or source books.
What? But that's...
That's what I thought. And now, move over.
Ow! Hey! You can't just...
Where was I? Oh, yes. You're here on the orders of the king to drive the goblins from the gorge. There are rumors that the goblins have dammed up the Pink River. This has turned Hoth Motigor's most important memorial into a reservoir, the Valley of Unpleasant Memories. Also sitting at the fire is a mysterious local guide. You're tired from the journey, but sleep is far from your mind. Goblin scouts could be lurking anywhere. The black magician Petrula, the noble Sir Drogalot, and the amusing juggler Snippo
I want a different role.
Shush.
are gathering their strength for the battle. Only the Amazonian barbarian warrioress Lilligrim,
Huh? That's you.
only the Amazonian barbarian warrior Lilligrim is restless. It's your move, Lilligrim. What will you do?
Hello, Lilligrim. Would you like to be amused by my funny pranks? Then watch me. And are you amused? Yes. It doesn't just look like it. I am actually juggling only one ball. And I know how ridiculous that must seem. My character sheet said that I, the comical Snippo, have the marvelous ability to juggle 55 balls at once. But as much as I would have liked to imagine what such a thing would look like, the mysterious traveler thought I should just juggle one ball instead, because it's much more contemplative. And as long as my shame or boredom doesn't cause me to spontaneously combust, then I'll stick to that. If you have a better suggestion. You think I should try it without any balls? Bravo. You found the only way to increase my boredom even more. On the other hand, if I juggle without a ball, I might be able to take a quick nap. No one seems to object to sleeping around here.
Hello, Lilligrim. You're still up? You should get some rest. I'll keep guard and make sure the fire doesn't go out. Don't look so grim. Your thirst for action is honorable, but the mysterious traveler is right. Strength lies in tranquility.
Lilligrim felt like screaming at the brave Sir Drogalot. She hadn't traveled all the way to Goblin Gorge just to sleep, but something kept her from losing her temper. Fuming, she turned away from her companion. Her eyes fell on the quiet traveler who had listened to the entire conversation. Was that a smile she saw beneath the hood?
Don't worry, I'm sure the goblins won't attack us tonight. They're guarding their reservoir dam in the gorge. But I do wonder what their plans are, damming up the Pink River and flooding the Valley of Unpleasant Memories. Why? It's all very mysterious. Are you worried about the fire? Usually, I'd agree with you. Those few logs are certainly not enough to keep the fire burning through the night. Plus, the best things always happen to you when you go into the forest looking for firewood. You find treasure maps, fall into enchanted wells, or meet merchants with magical amulets. Maybe I should.
Relax a little and call it a day. That's what you wanted to say, right?
The traveler is right. There doesn't always have to be an adventure, and the night is pretty warm. I'll wait up to put the last log on the fire. Then I'll turn in too. I know what you want to say. You're here to fight, not to sleep, right? Maybe tonight we should.
Remain calm and gather our strength. That's what you wanted to say, right?
The traveler is right. Acting in haste is never a good idea. Are you as tired as I am?
You see a large cauldron. Roll for perception. You discover a safety valve. The campfire crackled atmospherically. Where is... Too bad. I especially burned a CD of campfire sound effects. I must have left them in the fire. Just imagine the crackling.
Don't startle me like that. Can't you see I'm watching the kettle? If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm brewing a diabolical magic potion, of course. Well, it's actually a calming tea. I really wanted to conjure some coffee demons, but they don't let you get any sleep. And we do need our strength for the battle. Now I have to watch the kettle before it starts to whistle. The traveler has such sensitive ears. Don't you want to sleep? I wonder why. Because I'm really exhausted. Oh, if you're staying up anyway, do you think you could watch the kettle? Oh, great. Then I can finally get some sleep. As you know, we need our strength for the battle.
Good! The ball was stuck, but the pressure in the cauldron still wasn't enough for something to happen.
My goodness, who do we have here then? A little barbarian warrioress? I sense great anger in you. Could it be that the thirst for battle sits in this little chest? Then let me give you some advice. Swallow it. The most successful battle is the one that doesn't even have to be fought. So be a good little barbarian warrioress and take a nap.
Lilligrim could hardly believe her ears. Wasn't this a fantasy role-playing game? What fun was there in imagining aimlessly sitting around a campfire? Lilligrim didn't dream of listening to the soothing advice of the mysterious NPC. If anything, it just made her angrier. Too bad that she had to stop herself from losing control. She would have loved to have screamed this dope's head off.
Well, well, is that the legendary army of Hoth Mortigor? A little girl with braids? Fabulous. Oh, why so angry, little girl? You're not here to declare war, are you? It would almost make a pleasant distraction, putting your feet up and drinking tea all the time. In the long run, it's not good for my goblin army. But why should I sound the horn for battle? My scouts told me about your lazy companions. You can't possibly think you can defeat my army with those dopes. I hardly think so. As long as we're not being attacked, I'll stick to the advice of this friendly traveler. Wait and see and drink tea.
Lilligrim was boiling with rage. She was very close to throwing a tantrum, but something was holding her back.
Don't, as long as the battle just go.
Go ahead and lie down. I'll make sure that the fire doesn't go out. Don't worry about the fire. I'll stay up until the last of the wood has burned. Why are you so worked up? Lilligrim, did you find out something about our companion?
There's no reason to get worked up. As long as we keep calm and don't lose our nerve, we'll remain a step ahead of the goblins.
The traveler is right. Nothing is so urgent that it can't wait until tomorrow.
Okay. Will no one do anything? Sir Drogalot?
Druggle-jug?
In character, please.
Drug? Not yet, Lilygrim. The fire should last the whole night. Go ahead and I'll make... Don't worry, I'll stay. The goblins, I wonder.
Not rush.
Save your The goblins have, I wonder.
Roll for charisma, Peter.
Do I have to? That was to be expected.
Snippo is just about the ugliest dope you've ever seen. Petrula conked out at the fire.
Can she see the amulet that betrays my true origin?
I don't know. Are you wearing it under your robe?
Sure, but
Then no.
too bad.
The hooded figure sat silently at the campfire. Strange. I can't remember him being in the adventure. Which source book does he come from?
But, what's got you so worked up? Let me guess. You spoke to the Goblin King, and now you're furious because there's not going to be a battle. Aren't you happy that I found a peaceful alternative to fighting? Yeah, but what are you going to do about it? I've already got your friends wrapped around my little finger. And as long as everyone stays calm, that's how it's going to stay. Just face it, I've got it all under control. And as you know, throwing a temper tantrum is just bad behavior. So be a good little barbarian warrioress and take a nap.
You see a large cauldron. Roll for perception. You discover a safety valve. You try to plug the valve with a log that's way too big. Roll for dexterity. No.
Go easy with it, okay? The fire has to last the whole night.
Okay. Will no one
Druggle? Drug? Not yet, Lilygrim. The fire should last the whole...
You can clean up here tomorrow. Go ahead and lie down. You've done enough for one day.
I wake up and jump with one leap into the next tree.
No, Petrula. You're sleeping very deeply.
But I'm mumbling magic spells to myself at the same time.
Whatever.
Open sesame, abracadabra, rix, rix, rix.
Okay. Lily, roll for an attack with blunt weapons with a +5 bonus because Snipple can't defend himself.
What?
Hit! And now the damage. Wow. An armor class? Locational damage? Yes. Peter is crippled.
Huh?
Imagine you're suffering the eternal torments of hell.
I think I can manage that.
Don't bother. As long as we are not being attacked, I'll stick to the advice of this friendly traveler. The battle horn is not going to sound today. Just go back home, little girl.
Go ahead and lie down. The goblins have dammed up the Pink River and turned the Valley of Unpleasant Memories into a reservoir. I wonder why. Don't worry about the fire. I'll stay up until the last of the wood has burned.
Sir Druggelot snores.
Druggle Jug!
Oh, if I must. Okay, Sir Druggelot slept a wonderful, heroic sleep.
Druggle Jug?
And looked unbelievably charismatic in the process. Satisfied?
Druggle Jug.
You try putting the logs on the fire. Roll for sneak and hide, so Sir Druggelot doesn't wake up. Done! The logs were in the fire.
But child, what are you doing? This noise can't possibly be good for the group harmony. Without wanting to rush you, maybe now is the time for controlled, well-considered action. If you proceed with the required calm, I'm sure you'll be able to defuse the situation before there's a disaster. I really must insist you stop making that sound. Can't you see that you're threatening to destroy the idyllic calm?
But that's to arms! They've declared war on us! Sound the horn!
That sound. I have to keep calm. No. Enough. I can't take it anymore. This noise is driving me crazy. I'm losing control. To arms.
Finally, the fun part of the role-playing game began. The group stormed the battlefield with no restraint. They were led by Lilligrim, who furiously swung her berserker sword in circles. And as the dice rolled in the institution, so did the heads of goblins in Hoth Modagor. It seems it is a good idea to occasionally vent your rage. It was a short battle. The goblins were powerless against the fury unleashed by the group. The plans of the Goblin King were thwarted.
Lilligrim found the defeated monarch cowering beneath one of the support beams of the dam.
Lily. Poor, foolish Lily. That was a terrible mistake.
Lilligrim was still wondering what he meant when she heard an ominous crack above her. When the pink floods had subsided, our heroes were faced with an incredible sight. The Valley of Unpleasant Memories.
Will you look at that?
I have to admit, I'm really blown away.
We shouldn't be here.
Ha! You've always been quite the comedian, Snippo.
No, I mean it. This valley is cursed. I heard that. Wait a second. Lily?
What's wrong with her?
Do we get XPs now?
Lily had seen the truth. I'm sure you can imagine how she felt at that moment. You can't? Oh well. Who knows what really goes on in the mind of a little girl?
Do you feel all right, little girl? Little girl? Hello? Are you okay? I was worried, you know? Brr. Am I crazy, or did it just get colder in here?
I'm knitting for the doctor. It will do me good. I'm knitting for the doctor. Num 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 num.
You?
It's so depressing. I'm supposed to award experience points to improve a talent. Expressive dance, making music, lockpicking. I don't actually want to be able to do any of those things. Isn't there a talent such as accepting one's fate? Or assigning experience points without experiencing an existential crisis?
Peter's dithering made Lily furious. Couldn't the notorious whiner make even the most basic decisions? Lily would have liked to smack him across the face, but something held her back.
I'm supposed to award expressive dance. Aren't there any talent?
Peter's dithering. Lily would have liked, but something held her back.
Ouch. You're right. I'll just increase pick locks, and that's it. There. Why don't you just hold on to the character sheet? I don't want anything to do with it anymore.
have to play with us again sometime.
Druggle Jug?
You're certainly a brave warrioress. All of Hoth Motigor is in your debt.
He had a pot on his head and sat behind a propped-up piece of cardboard. That must be that god Mother Superior so often talked about. Lily had never seen such a happy girl. Lily wanted to be crazy when she grew up too. That pillow suited him much better.
You're certain all of
Lily wished she was as skilled as her new role-playing character.
Viddy, 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 whoosh!
It sounded crazy, but she now actually had the skill to pick locks. Done. The gate was open. She wondered if... It was true. She'd opened the real gate during her trance. The path to the asylum's tower was now free. Somewhere in the dark uncertainty, there she would find her friend. Without really thinking about it, Lily took the stuffed rabbit with her. If she was going to enter Dr. Marcel's realm, she didn't want to do it alone, like she usually did. How awkward. Lily had destroyed the termite farm. What an ugly boy. Why someone would put up a picture like that baffled Lily. This bowling ball had a creepy expression, but not creepier than the little boys in the picture in the hallway. The usually wise-ass stuffed rabbit hadn't made a sound. Maybe his feelings were hurt? Oh dear, Lily really had managed to,
No thanks. I don't need anything, except maybe a chance to say goodbye to my brother. Oh, it's him! It's my brother Alfred. Oh, Alfred, I still have so much to tell you. I still... No thanks. I don't accept...
It wasn't a good place to hang that up. Hanging up the portrait of the ugly boy there would certainly be spooky, but something was missing. It wasn't a good place to hang that up.
Leave me alone. I'm a hopeless case. Father was right. Yes, you heard correctly. I'm Reuben, Dr. Marcel's secret second son, Alfred's older brother.
Lily didn't know who Alfred was, but she still thought it was appropriate to catch her breath in shock.
We were supposed to have the perfect upbringing. Pops thought traditional methods were inadequate. That's why he began developing his own, while Alfred responded to his practices. I developed conspicuous behavior. I was a failed experiment. Pops was so disappointed that he kept me in the asylum cellar, hidden from the outside world. Alfred, on the other hand, was presented as a shining example of his parenting methods. I never had a chance to make him proud of me. Since Alfred died, everything just got worse. I'm invisible to him. A ghost, a bad dream. The strange circumstances surrounding Alfred's death showed him that childishness is a disease that needs to be eradicated. I should have died back then. If I could only see my brother one more time. I never got to say goodbye to him. No thing, except...
The resemblance was striking. Not even covering it up helped. Lily had seen the boy and now had to live with it. The face of the boy in the picture was expressionless, like he was under hypnosis. Somebody had left their lunchbox. That would never happen to Lily. She didn't have a lunchbox. Lily knew she wasn't food, and when it started, Lily knew food was such a... And when it started...
No thanks, except maybe...
The clothes rack reminded Lily of the old man from the school. Did that really happen today? As long as the clothes rack didn't have a head, the sheet only loosely hung on it. Not even covering it up helped. Lily had seen the boy. The usually wise-ass stuff maybe. The usually maybe. The usually wise-ass stuffed rabbit hadn't made a sound. Maybe is... On top of the clothes rack, the bowling ball looked like a skull, but something was missing. Lily shuddered. Suddenly, there was a ghost in the storeroom.
What's that? A ghost? Hey, listen here. If anybody's gonna do any haunting here, it's me. Beat it. If you see Alfred, tell him to haunt round this way sometime. I never got to say goodbye to him.
hanging up the portrait of the but
Oh, it's my... Oh, I still have...
Lily had learned one thing. The ideas that the moon placed in her head almost always ended with some sort of punishment. The door was firmly locked. There's no... Lily could stare at the moon for hours, but she didn't like it. Noteworthy, the termites scarfed all the pancakes and ate a hole through the door in the process. The frame was roughly the same size.
What's that? A ghost? Hey, listen here. If anyone's gonna be haunting around here, then... Wait a minute. Alfred? Alfred, it's really you. I can't believe it. Oh, Alfred, I never got to say goodbye. And I have so much I still want to tell you. Where to begin? Oh, yeah, I know. You lousy, dirty toad. Because of you, I've lived my whole life in a stinking sewer. Just you wait.
Lily wanted to be very careful. Damn. It seemed that there was already a key in the keyhole on the other side of the door.
Lily! Oh, thank goodness. We were so worried that they had gotten you too.
The doctor has completely lost his mind. He wants to turn us all into mindless puppets. Just look at what he's done to Mother Superior.
Oh, hello, Lily. Nice to see you. But what are you doing here in the middle of the night? Did the other students make you do this? They are such naughty children. You, on the other hand, were always so good. So good. I'm sorry that I was always so strict with you. But now, thanks to Dr. Marcel, I'm a good child too. Come, Lily. Sit down. You can help me embroider the dolls for the doctor.
Just ignore her. Please concentrate on finding a way to get us out of here. We have to split before the doctor...
Uh-oh.
I finally caught you. I was hoping you'd show up here. I can use all the help I can get to speed up production of my hypnosis dolls. Soon, I'll be delivering them across the entire world. And then, naughty children will become the stuff of fairy tales. Once I've subjected you to my improved hypnotherapy, nothing can stop me.
Lily was trapped. Edna and Garrett were tied up. Lily was on her own once again.
I'm so happy to see you, Lily. I'd give you a hug, but, oh well. This wool version of an H.R. Geiger nightmare is sort of restricting my movements.
Can we postpone this touching reunion scene until later? First, we need a plan for how to get down from here.
Your mama needs a plan.
My mother has a plan. For example, to convey me a sense of reality. What's your mother's plan? Oh, I forgot. You no longer have any parents.
Oh, that's mean.
What? Oh, Lily is right. We should concentrate on getting out of here.
Agreed. Twit.
You have to get us free, Lily. I think Mother Superior has a knife to cut the threads. Unfortunately, she can't use it while she's hypnotized. If only we could somehow get her out of her trance.
Lily hesitated. Usually she waited until Mother Superior was gone before she rummaged through the garbage. But Lily was running out of options. But what was that? Were they eyes?
You must not use sharp objects.
Lily had an idea. She knew she couldn't sew very well, but maybe it was good enough to give Harvey back his old eyes. However, something was missing to implement this plan.
You must not contradict adults. You must not use sharp objects.
Let them use you instead.
Lily had an idea. But maybe, however, it had already been sewn.
You must not.
Dr. Marcel was planning to go into mass production.
Come, Lily. Sit down. You can help me embroider the dolls for the doctor. We are good little children. So good.
It appeared that Mother Superior was under the influence of Dr. Marcel's hypnosis. That means she wouldn't be much help. Lily caught herself wishing the old, strict Mother Superior was back. It appeared that Mother Superior... That means Lily caught herself... Lily wouldn't raise a finger to help Mother Superior with the knitting. It appeared that... Perfect. Lily now had a needle and thread. Lily she knew, but Lily hesitated. She'd often been told that she wasn't very good with the needle and thread. But what did she have to lose? She was just going to have to chance it.
What are you doing? Stop that. You're hurting me.
You must not use sharp objects. You have to.
Have to scratch my fuzzy butt. Yay! I'm back! I can hardly believe it. I'm my old self.
Harvey? Is it really you?
And there's Edna. Come on, go! Let's set fire to something and fly to the moon, just so we can eat it up. Go for it, Lily. What are you waiting for? Let's tear this joint apart. Yippee!
Harvey? Is it really you?
Edna! Yeah, it's me. I'm my old self. No. Even better. I'm the new, improved Harvey. Look, I've got a string. Please pull on it, Billy.
You shouldn't save the fart sounds until after dinner.
Well, I don't know if that's an improvement.
You haven't pulled it after dinner.
Oh, Harvey, you're really back to your old self.
Claro, clarissimo. But you seem a bit stiff. Do you have a new hat?
I'm tied up, Harvey.
Ah, I see. Since when do you bother about tiny little things like that? We've had to deal with a lot worse things than that before.
Exactly. So help Lily to get us out of here, okay? She's really good at stuff like that. She's my best friend.
Ha! You wish. Lily is in fact my best friend.
Have you almost got it? If you don't mind, I think we should let Lily find a way out before the doctor comes back.
Before the doctor gets back. Yeah, okay.
Party booper.
You must not play with fire.
Could Lily help Mother Superior overcome her mental blocks this way? Shaking, she pulled the string.
Woogie.
Hey, Lily, you're here too. Cool. What's that? Some kind of fight?
Less talking, more fighting.
Now it's your turn. Select one of your Harvey figures on the right side, then an action from the list at the bottom left, and finally, where it should be executed. Read the instructions in the action window to decide which action you want to use. Each Harvey can normally move once each round, but be careful. Them there Harvey demons will put up a fight.
But Lily...
You're giving up? As expected. But... you can't.
You won! Yippee!
No, it can't be, you damn rabbit. You were supposed to make sure she would stick to the rules. She can't just do whatever she wants.
Of course! Riot!
But we need rules! Otherwise... Otherwise...
What have I done?
Mother Superior was unresponsive. How could Lily take the knife from her while she was crying so hard? Lily had often seen Mother Superior desperate, but never crying.
You must not use sharp objects. You must not.
Lily wanted to cry. Was there any way to comfort Mother Superior?
Oh, isn't that cute? Do you think I could hold it?
But Lily, what are you up to? Do you really want to give me to Mother Superior? I mean, she could do with a bit of pizzazz in her life, from the looks of it. But I thought the two of us are friends. We could try so many things. Come on, let's light a few things on fire. Or talk with Edna. Or build something crazy out of different stuff. Or do you really want to give me to Mother Superior?
Really?
Really?
Oh, Lily. How can I ever make this up to you? I'm sure you want something to make up for it, don't you? Unfortunately, this knife is all I have. Do you think it would be enough? Wonderful. Oh, thanks for everything, Lily.
Well done. If you carry on like this, I can imagine hiring you as a deputy someday.
Or I could hire you as a cosmonaut's assistant, which is even cooler than a deputy.
Whatever. Just please, cut us loose, fast. Then we'll figure it out.
I've already come up with a plan. I'm sure you know the story of the girl who ran away from Dr. Marcel's asylum long ago? The same girl that pushed him down the stairs that same night? Well, I never told you this, but that girl was me.
What a surprise.
Yeah, and that's why I know my way around here so well. Behind the cushion over there is the famous ventilation shaft that I used for my escape back then. We'll be free in no time at all. We'll have to get past Dr. Marcel's office first, but, Lily? Is something wrong? Come on, Lily. Cut us loose. What's going on?
You're not going to do something stupid, are you?
Lily, where are you going?
Lily!
Lily!
Are you sure that's what you want to do? Excellent. I knew right away that you're dangerous. The other children, those were accidents. But now, you're here with a sharp knife, ready to kill a helpless old man. You might feel well, but the truth is, you're sick. Very sick. You need my help. You don't believe me, do you? You think you're doing all this for Edna's sake. Oh, Lily, there's something you should know about your friend. She doesn't exist. There was a girl called Edna once. You probably once heard about her, but the girl that you know is nothing more than a figment of your imagination, an attempt to escape your friendless life at the convent. You think I'm lying, right? Because there's someone else who can also see Edna. Let me guess. A priest, perhaps? No, a policeman, right? The manifestation of a higher authority. When you thought that Edna was in danger, your subconscious invented him, too, to legitimize defying Mother Superior's rules and helping your friend. Just ask her yourself. They're here. They're a part of you, Lily.
Oh, Lily, I'm sorry.
The doctor's right, Lily. You're just imagining us. Now put the knife away. The game is over.
Wonderful. Finally. You see the truth, all the reasons that brought you here in the middle of the night, armed with a knife. None of them were real. Now put the knife on the desk. I'll hypnotize you immediately. Only my therapy can heal you.
Unfortunately, he's right, Lily. Don't do it.
Put the knife away, Lily.
Be a good girl and do what you're told.
Lily was close to tears. She had only just learned not to always do what she's told, and now it was supposed to be all wrong? While the others were talking to her, another voice kept getting louder. A voice that told her, "Continue, continue."
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Put the knife away.
Do what you're told.
Continue.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Put the knife away.
Do what you're told.
Stop.
Continue.
Don't do it, don't do
Put
it,
the knife
don't
away.
do it.
Do what you're told.
Stop.
Continue.
Don't do it, don't
Put the
do
knife
it,
away.
don't do it.
Do what you're told.
Very good, Lily, let him have it.
That goes for everyone! You've just been bossing me around this whole time! Lily do this, Lily do that, but get this! I'm not your lapdog! And you, Doc, if you want to hypnotize me, you'll have to learn how to walk first! Because that's what I'm gonna do now! Your therapy is garbage! Why don't you worry about yourself, Grandpa?
Lily kept wailing until she was hoarse. Finally, exhausted yet relieved, she started heading back. For the first time in her life, she was doing what she herself thought was right. Maybe this wasn't the happy end you were expecting, but the moral of the story...
And you shut up too! There's no moral here! Got it? The end!
It seems like you need to be solaced, telling from the scratch on your knee. You fell and got hurt in the process, and now you come crying to me. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Don't worry, my dear, there is nothing to fear. Just a stitch and a sew, soon it's almost as new, and the cut will adhere. After all, you have to admit it is not as severe. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. Well, don't give me that kind of look now. Just keep going on, soon you will see how everything will end well, though it still may depend on your skill. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. But yet needle and thread can bear dangers instead. If you're clumsy and plump and all fingers and thumbs, it might just turn out bad, especially when it comes to delicate operations like that. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. I guess I should revise my statement. The wound is not going to heal. Forget about all that I said and work harder on your stitching skill. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Now you pay the bill for your lack of skill, and please do stop crying and mourning and sighing. Don't weep like a whelp that is painfully dying. I merely was trying to help. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. seems like you need to be solaced, telling from the scratch on your knee. You fell and got hurt in the process, and now you come crying to me. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Don't worry, my dear, there is nothing to fear. Just a stitch and a sew, soon it's almost as new, and the cut will adhere. After all, you have to admit it is not as severe. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. Well, don't give me that kind of look now. Just keep going on, soon you will see how everything will end well, though it still may depend on your skill. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants, but yet needle and thread.
Oh, isn't that cute? Do you?
But what are you? Do you really? I mean, but I thought we could try. Come on, or build something. Or do you?
Too bad.
Don't or.
Really?
Really?
Oh, Lily. How can I ever make this up to you? I'm sure you want something to make up for it, don't you? Unfortunately, this knife is all I have. Do you? Wonderful. Oh, thanks for everything, Lily.
Well done. If you carry on like this, I can imagine hiring you as a deputy someday.
Or I could hire you as a cosmonaut's assistant, which is even cooler than a deputy.
Whatever. Just please, cut us loose, fast. Then we'll figure it out.
I'm sure you know the story of the same girl that... Well, I never told you this, but that girl was me.
What?
Yeah, and that's why I know my... Behind the cushion over there is... We'll be free in no time at all. We'll have to get past Dr. Marcel's office first. Lily? Is something wrong? Come on, Lily. Cut us loose. What's going on?
You're not going to do something stupid, are you?
Lily, where are you going?
Lily!
Lily!
Are you sure that's what you want to do? Excellent. I knew right away that you're dangerous. The other children, those were accidents. But now, You're here with a sharp knife, ready to kill a helpless old man. You might feel well, but the truth is, you're sick. Very sick. You need my help. You don't believe me, do you? You think you're doing all this for Edna's sake. Oh, Lily, there's something you should know about your friend. She doesn't exist. There was a girl called Edna once. You probably once heard about her, but the girl that you know is nothing more than a figment of your imagination, an attempt to escape your friendless life at the convent. You think I'm lying, right? Because there's someone else who can also see Edna. Let me guess. A priest, perhaps? No, a policeman, right? The manifestation of a higher authority. When you thought that Edna was in danger, your subconscious invented him, too, to legitimize defying Mother Superior's rules and helping your friend. Just ask her yourself. They're here. They're a part of you, Lily.
Oh, Lily, I'm sorry.
The doctor's right, Lily. You're just imagining us. Now put the knife away. The game is over.
Wonderful. Finally. You see the truth, all the reasons that brought you here in the middle of the night, armed with a knife. None of them were real. Now put the knife on the desk. I'll hypnotize you immediately. Only my therapy can heal you.
Unfortunately, he's right, Lily. Don't do it.
Put the knife away, Lily.
Be a good girl and do what you're told.
Lily was close to tears. She had only just learned not to always do what she's told. And now it was supposed to be all wrong? While the others were talking to her, another voice kept getting louder. A voice that told her, continue, continue.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Put the knife away.
Do what you're told.
The others were right. Lily was apparently sick. She wasn't capable of deciding what was right or wrong. So she set the knife aside and began her therapy. Dr. Marcel had won. Maybe this wasn't the happy end you were expecting, but the moral of the story is you must always do what you're told. Always. Without exception. The end.
Oh, do you? But what do you? I mean, but we could come on, or do you? Really?
Oh, I'm sure. One.
Well done. If you care,
Or just eat.
whatever, then we'll.
I'm sure the same. Well,
What a surprise.
yeah, behind the. We'll be free. We'll have to get. Lily? Come on, Lily. Cut us. What's going on?
You're not going to do something stupid, are you?
Lily, where are you going?
Lily!
Lily!
Are you sure that's what you want to do? Excellent. I knew the other children, but now, with a shot ready to, you might feel well. But the truth is, you're very you. You think you're doing all... Oh, Lily, there's something you should know about your friend. She doesn't exist. There was a girl called Edna once. You probably once heard about her, but the girl that you know is nothing more than a figment of your imagination, an attempt to escape your friendless life at the convent. You think I'm lying, right? Because there's someone else who can also see Edna. Let me guess. A priest, perhaps? No, a policeman. Right? The manifestation of a higher authority. When you thought that Edna was in danger, your subconscious invented him too, to legitimize defying Mother Superior's rules and helping your friend. Just ask her yourself. They're here. They're a part of you, Lily.
Oh, Lily, I'm sorry.
The doctor's right, Lily. You're just imagining us. Now put the knife away. The game is over.
Wonderful. Finally, you see the truth. All the reasons that brought you here in the middle of the night, armed with a knife. None of them were real. Now put the knife on the desk. I'll hypnotize you immediately. Only my therapy can heal you.
Unfortunately, he's right, Lily. Don't do it.
Put the knife away, Lily.
Be a good girl and do what you're told.
Lily was close to tears. She had only just learned not to always do what she's told, and now it was supposed to be all wrong? While the others were talking to her, another voice kept getting louder. A voice that told her, continue, continue.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Put the knife away.
Do what you're told.
Lily had no intention of undergoing therapy. She'd never felt so free before. She could decide for herself what was right and wrong. Slowly, she raised the knife.
No. Lily! No! No!
Maybe this wasn't the happy end you were expecting, but the moral of the story is you can do whatever you want as long as you keep your free will, even if it means stabbing an old man in a wheelchair to death. The end.
It seems like you need to be solaced, telling from the scratch on your knee. You fell and got hurt in the process, and now you come crying to me. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Don't worry, my dear, there is nothing to fear. Just a stitch and a sew, soon it's almost as new, and the cut will adhere. After all, you have to admit it is not as severe. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. Well, don't give me that kind of look now. Just keep going on, soon you will see how everything will end well, though it still may depend on your skill. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. But yet needle and thread can bear dangers instead. If you're clumsy and plump and all fingers and thumbs, it might just turn out bad, especially when it comes to delicate operations like that. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. I guess I should revise my statement. The wound is not going to heal. Forget about all that I said and work harder on your stitching skill. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Now you pay the bill for your lack of skill, and please do stop crying and mourning and sighing. Don't weep like a whelp that is painfully dying. I merely was trying to help. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. It seems like you need to be solaced, telling from the scratch on your knee. You fell and got hurt in the process, and now you come crying to me. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Don't worry, my dear, there is nothing to fear. Just a stitch and a sew, soon it's almost as new. And the cut will adhere after all. You have to admit it is not as severe. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed. Well, don't give me that kind of look now. Just keep going on, soon you will see how everything will end well, though it still may depend on your skill. I came catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants, but yet needle and stitch.
А в конце стрима я скажу несколько слов. Всем спасибо, что посмотрели стрим. Хотя у меня не получилось слишком много разговаривать, но да. Надеюсь, вам все равно было весело, интересно. Это великолепная игра. Великолепнейшая игра. Прекрасно. Заходите еще, да, там на Sims скопите, или, не знаю, если у вас есть 1 000 000 баллов, ну, поняли, сколько там, точнее, точно. 29 998. Это совершенно случайное число, если что было. Но. Можно купить Sims, и мы будем играть в Sims Custom Stories. Она веселее, чем первая, которую мы играли. Опа. У меня с телефона это не отобразилось. Сейчас я посмотрела, увидела. Вы купили дважды. Одному из вас я верну. Можете, не знаю, подкинуть монетку или поканаться. Или там, не знаю, устроить дуэль на торбах. И решить, кому из вас я буду возвращать баллы. Но я не знаю, когда. Ну, на следующем стриме тогда мы... Ага, хорошо. Ну, я прям сейчас тогда даже верну. Так, очередь наград. И мне нужно еще время рекламы от плоти выполнить. Так. Кекс отклонить. Кекс возвратила тебе баллы. Тебе хватит на следующий Sims, который будет... Как он называется, господи, под сторис? После этого. Ну, значит, на следующем стриме мы играем в Sims. Проходим Sims Castaway. После этого будем играть в Японию. Погерс. Чего еще веселого? После этого я не знаю, что мы будем играть. Может быть, мы начнем Ведьмака. И до конца года его постараемся пройти. Ну, в курсе, как мы играем. Всего 3 Симса. В этой линейке, там, которая Stories. Live Stories была, Castaway Stories. Мы будем робинзонами такими. И Pet Stories. Там что-то там было про наследство, там животные будут и все такое. Ведьмака тоже 3. Ну, Ведьмак проходится не за 6 часов, а за 60. Или не знаю, подожди, сколько у меня первый вечер занял? Вечер первый. 65,7 часов. Ну, учитывая, сколько мы там еще тупили и на болотах нацевали. Я думаю, второй вечер примерно столько же займет. Но мы будем стараться в него играть почаще. И буду даже, ну, как и 7 без голоса. Скорее всего, больше стримить. Поигрывать. А покороче даже. Ну, надеюсь. Да, кстати, еще первый вечер я же не весь играла на стриме. Я только там с какого-то момента играла. Я, наверное, часов 10 или 15 из этого провела, как минимум 10 или 15 провела сама играла. Может, даже больше. Так, я хотела удалить Вот эту игру. Японию я потом установлю. Вы мне напомните. Но на самом деле я сама себе напомню. Так. Что ж. Давайте включу музычку хотя бы. Из первой не. А можно, пожалуйста, из второй Эдны Харви? Так. Ну, вот такой вот у нас план. Значит, мы играем Sims. После этого мы будем стараться играть Японию. Я не обещаю, что всю Японию буду сразу же за раз проходить. То есть все 4 части. Может быть, я пройду одну часть, потом что-нибудь еще другое поиграю. Может быть, кто-нибудь, не знаю, Sims снова купит. Сыграем тогда в него. Когда Overwatch, вот можно между этим куда-нибудь запихать. На Генджи. Я не умею играть на Генджи. Кекс. Потом обратно верну. Чтоб не покупал снова. Чтобы повадно было. Пока я не пофиксила это. Так. На Генджи я играть не умею. И кому вообще это будет интересно? Я плохо играю в Overwatch. Тоже не умел. Ну смотри. Тхао — это профессиональный игрок, 4К плеер, который играл на всех героях за все вот эти 5 лет игры. Пробовал играть на каждом из героев. Когда-то он играл на ДПСах. И даже он в ранкеде брал иногда Гензи, и я даже помню это на стримах. И еще он забывал нажимать дефлект. В принципе, он забывал про эту кнопку, про ее существование. У нас была даже такая шутка в 2017 году. Мы ему напоминали, что существует дефлект на этом герое, который еще тогда нельзя было отменять. И тогда еще Гензи был посильнее персонажем, чем сейчас. Тогда не было какой-нибудь Бригиты, например. Что, блядь, прикольно. Я хочу... Можно я это себе просто сохраню скриншотом на память? Я люблю такие штуки сохранять с чата. Например, у меня где-то есть как заставить плакать Щерба. Так, как заставить плакать Щерба. Потом еще была шутка про аллергию на выдр. От него же. Да, ну, это увековечено. Да, и вот это вообще увековечено. Но надо будет, наверное, еще его вторую половину залить. Если мне будет не лень когда-нибудь. Так, ладно, я хотела доделать домашку, мне там осталось чего-то там сделать. Из необязательных заданий, но мне хочется вот это все сделать, чтобы мой куратор посмотрел и такой, ну окей, ничего не делала, ну просто так сделала, ну ладно. Так, да. Я хотела посмотреть, куда кидать. Я думаю, некуда будет. Так, напоминаю, что чисто по приколу, если соберется донат гол, то мы играем целый стрим в косынку до конца месяца. А конец месяца скоро. Через 2 недели. Все равно скоро. Ну, это, конечно, не обязательно, но это приятная вещь. Ну, или, может быть, вам будет интересно смотреть весь стрим косынку. Или паука, ну, вы в курсе вот эти вот игры. Представляете, целых 2 часа на это смотреть. И слушать какую-нибудь музычку. Еще я думала, какой-нибудь стрим выделить на подрисование, но пока не знаю. Буду стараться стримить чаще в ближайшее время. Такие дела. Так, ладно, все, давайте, мы с вами хорошо поболтали, мы пережили внезапное выключение света, мы прошли игру, мы прошли 2 игры за вот эти несколько дней. Мы супер стронг люди, мы очень клевые. Удачи, короче, всем хорошего вечера. делайте что-нибудь хорошее, веселое, отдыхайте. А я пойду тоже делать вещи. Сейчас, давайте посмотрим, может быть, у вас есть куда-то... Каролина Раваса стримит с актрисой Voiceline, господи, актрис Lifeline. Лайер стримит Valorant. У них и так много всех людей. Мои 1,5 зрителя никому не нужны. Так что вы просто идете делать свои дела. Экскиси. Не надо. Они еще мой никнейм там запомнят. Не надо. Это страшные люди. Ты что? Хотя Экскиси я видела в жизни как-то раз. И он даже был очень тихим. Представляете? Невероятно. Да, напоминаю, что у нас есть еще всякие прикольные награды. Сейчас вот эту пофикшу, чтобы никто не мог покупать. Да, не забывайте ими когда-нибудь иногда пользоваться. И все. В следующем месяце. Дополнительную награду за заполнение донат-була я поставлю сыграть один раз в Valorant. Поскольку донат-гол не заполнится, в Valorant играть мне не придется. Все, всем удачи, всем хорошего дня. Ну, точнее, не дня, уже вечера и ночи. Давайте, пока-пока.